Just saw this game, 3-on-3. When you're not on the ice, bad things happen. Like I started thinking about your plus minus, and like if you're not familiar with that you're, you know, it's the plus minus is like when you're on a goal for 5-on-5, you get a plus. When you're on the goal, when you're on the ice and you're scored against, it's a minus. And I just noticed that your line very rarely gets scored on. Your defensemen have a hard time passing the puck, which is they give the puck away a lot, so makes things difficult. But you do a very good job at being responsible, making sure you're back and fighting to keep that puck out. So it's an important feature of your play. I've said this before that you're the type of guy when we need to lock things down. They put you out there. Important face-offs, defensive end face-offs. They put you out there to win your draws. So let's get into it. I couple of things I noticed on your draws. I'll just start with that. Is that you let's see real quick. You had a lot of face-offs, 34 draws. And you were 68% win, which again is great. You're on the winning side of things. And I was noticing there was a little time where you were being beat with clean draws, the other team. And then after a few of those draws, you started switching over to passive wins. And somebody's quick on their draw, then you got to get aggressive with that passive block and then move it on your forehand. Your passive draw is very strong, so you may want to consider that if paying attention to the guy you're up against, how that guy's doing against you during the night, and that if he's winning, you need to have strategy on how to stop it. So if we look at a couple of face-offs, a couple of concepts I wanted to point out. When it comes to a face-off win or loss, typically the way it works is the puck is dropped. Whoever touches the puck next dictates the win, right? Even though you win the draw and somebody else comes and picks it up on the other team, you kind of lost the draw. So it's kind of a weird thing to consider. And what I noticed was that your forwards, well, let me get into that. So when you're doing your draw here, okay, in this case, if you're looking at how things are set up here, you don't have any support on this side. There's nobody to come and get this. So I would try to go straight through your legs next time, or this way over here, because you end up winning the draw sort of, but it goes right to there because there's no support. So I wouldn't have gone there. I would have trying to go completely through your legs is something you want to try, and that's just your bottom hand pulls, your top hand pushes, and it's right through your legs for a clean backhand win. Okay, something to consider there. The next thing that there was this face-off loss. I can't remember what was going on, why I mentioned this one. I was kind of watching what was going on. So that was clean win on that guy. So I found that they were beating you cleanly because quick hands, whatever. A clean win is a clean win. But if you're muscling through there, whack before the puck has even hit the ice, and you've already moved his stick out of the way and then sweep through, like you're gonna outmuscle these guys. So as soon as they start you seeing fast hand quick wins, I would like adjust to big passive win, turn your body, all the stuff that you're so skilled at with your body, right? Your strength to out muscle these guys. Just something I noticed. There was a few draws, and then you did switch to eventually the passive draws on your forehand, and it's like win, 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 and then you caught up because you got to about almost 50% about through the second period, and then the rest of the game you caught back up with your passive forehand draws. So that was great. Here's another thing. I saw this a bunch of times, and it was making me nuts because you're winning the draw and your teammates are completely letting you down. Now watch this. Did you see their wingers? Look at their wingers. Their two wingers come barreling through the inside. They come blowing by the inside, and then they pick up like these guys, snoozing both your players. Now they need to be reminded. You need to chirp them, and it's like, look, man, look, these guys are. There's no reason. It's a block. Everybody's blocking. It's like a lineman in hockey or in football, where this guy's coming through and blocking, and then you're just like whacking it back to the defenseman. There's no reason for like this should be a block, but they're standing there watching, and the puck, like everybody just all three blew right by. You got to chirp your wingers for that. That's a no. And this is near the end of the game. Like when you're doing that, you whacked his stick with your backhand, and then you're winning it like strong, really strong win. It's not this little dribble that's going back. It's like whack it out of the way, and then you win the draw. So I was really pleased with that, how you adjusted with your draws. So that's great. 34 draws. That's a lot of draws. And you had 23 of those were wins. 23 face-off wins. That's a ton. It's really good. All right, let's go back to the beginning of the game. There was a couple of things that I remember. We've talked about this before, about you getting working hard early to getting into position so that when the puck carrier you got to make it easy for your players to find you. And if you're reacting, like if a player is turning to you and you haven't quite got there, and you see him look at you and then you move, that's too late. Okay, and so in this situation here, all right, I like green. You are right here. Okay, puck goes in. Your bud gets it in the corner right now. So he was looking, and you haven't moved. You should not be in front of the net unless these guys are shooting. You need to support. So he turns. You eventually got there to the support spot. But as soon as your guy goes behind the net, he's going by you right here. It should be a quick, because of all these blues there, you should be a quick behind the net quickly to support him. So he has someone. He's looking, he's got nothing, and you still haven't moved. So what I mean by his like work hard early so you're quicker to support, so that when he turns there, you're still not open. You're kind of open. But had you had moved earlier and you're planted here, this turn, you could have probably 2-on-1 this guy and worked your way out. So work a little harder to get to that support spots because you're the passer. What I've noticed about you is like when you have the puck, you're a passer. That's your first. That's my first too. I tend to pass. So what I do with that is I always tend to make myself look like the threat, like I'm going to shoot or I'm going to dangle, But all I'm doing is drawing this player to me because I've already made my decision of where the puck is going. I've already looked because that's my skill and it's your skill is that you can see the ice. And so making yourself look like a threat in some way opens things up. But you also need to be able to get that puck. It has to be on your stick in order to make things happen. Like I find your players have a hard time making things happen without you. So it's important that you work a little harder to help them get it to you. That it's gonna pay off later when the players can get it to you and you've trained yourself to get open faster. You're gonna get the puck on your stick more. It's just gonna happen. Okay. Power play. Okay. What I like. Like I see that you've set up. Oh no, sorry, that was the wrong one. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. So here's what I was meaning. As a power passer, make yourself look like the threat. And so in this play, let me see that draw again. Yeah, you got to be careful. Look, where's your support? Okay, so you end up on a break here. Nice little tip. We got a 2-on-1. Make yourself look like the threat. So what you did there, I loved it. You're drawing him in like you're a shooter. You look like you're going to shoot. You draw him in, slide it across to an incredible play. He's got to put that in. He's got to, grab it, go around. Like he's got to score that. That's such a great A. So what you did there was just so legit. You look like the threat, slide it across, impeccable pass. Really good. Really good. Like that one. Here's another thing. And again, it's more about a tribute to your sense of responsibility and your understanding of the little things. And how much the little things come into play and how what it creates when you're just doing the little things together as a group. Just watch. Okay, so here's you. All right, and let's sorry. There you are. So there you are, right there. Okay, puck flips over there. And you back up and slide it across D to D. That is so technically sound. I can't understate it. There's so few people do it, which I don't understand why not. But you understand this. That when the puck is now on this side, if you look at what's going on, everybody is on this side of the ice. Everybody. All the players. So you don't want to stay on this side of the ice because everybody's there. So once you have the puck on this side, and what a lot of people will do is they'll take this puck because they're facing whatever what's going on. They think they have to go forward, so they'll bank the puck up in this direction. But what you did is you pick the puck up, open, hit the D. He's got now time. Slide that across for a grade A. Like, why isn't that going for breakaway? That's another one. But like that, your technical understanding of team play is impressive. Like I love it. You keep seeing these little things. Like you're so responsible. It's gonna pay off, man. Here's another one. I'm so pleased with how you're playing. So here we are. Let's see. I think here you are right here in the corner, right there. You get the puck, a bit of a muffin, which is fine. Goes in the corner. And you plant yourself in front of the net because the defense is there. Strategy, that's good. It's where you're going to make your goals. And then right there, look at that. Look at that beautiful position. Quiet zone from the dot to the tops of the circles. You kind of have some room, right? Beautiful. I would have watched for this guy a little bit and moved over a little bit, but this is great. He finds you. It's too bad you muffed it because that you're not getting sucked into the net. Did you see the defenseman leave you? He doesn't like the. You're in front of the net. You back off. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. And then you've got a grade A there. Excellent. Excellent, man. Here's something to be mindful of. That when you get to body checking, this could be very dangerous. We call this a hospital pass. I don't trust your defensemen. They don't see the ice well, and they just pass. And you need to be careful. Okay. For this. All right. You are right there, coming back. That's a hospital pass. That is incredibly dangerous. You are looking over your shoulder, and you've got big defenseman here who doesn't play the puck and plays the body and comes right through you and blows you up. So the point when I first saw this, I saw you coming through, and I'm like, your timing's off. You got to be super careful that your timing is right. If you ever get in the situation where you are looking behind you, you hadn't looked up ice, like you're watching the puck, you're watching the puck, you're watching the puck, you're watching the puck, that the entire time. Like you got to look up ice, because a couple of things that I would do if it's a hospital pass like that, and there's kind of guys that I would literally turn backwards and handle the puck, because they can't hit you from behind, but they can hit you when you're going forward and looking over your shoulder. You can get in serious danger. And even if you did see this person, it would be like a redirect tip up and out or something. Like you have to protect yourself. Super, super important. You could have taken a slightly better angle, because right now, as you're curling, you're equal with him. You're curling, and he hasn't come out yet. So he should be here when you're curling. So the passes are more diagonal rather than north-south. There's a lot more east-west in there. So in this case, you got to watch out for that curl. When you're equal with this guy, you want to take a step this way as he goes this way. Then you curl through so that the pass can come back. So when he clears the net, you're not here. You're behind the play. So that when he comes out, you've got your winger that's moved over to here, and you've taken a route out here so that you're curling through here, so you get a better diagonal. You understand what I mean? So that you don't set yourself up, but it's also easier. So here, instead of going to the left, I would have taken one step to the right first, then curl through, because you're equal here. This is not I wouldn't, as a defenseman, I would not have passed that to you. We call that a buddy pass, a hospital pass. Like, you should not have gotten that. This is so dangerous to pass you the puck. It's like, oh, your head is completely turned. I'm going to give you the puck. Thanks, bud. Thanks. Yeah, these defensemen, they do their best, but it's like, all right. Oh, and here's one that was excellent, because I know you can do it. I just want you to be aware of it. You do it all the time. Let's see. There you are in the corner. Like that curl, if you look at the angle now, where your defenseman is, you've got a winger out of position, and then you've got you where you're not directly in front. There's more east-west space here. So now the D can see you and then hit you. If you're, up this way and he's got to pass it up your butt, then, then you're looking at over the hospital pass stuff. Okay, so here it was a great D to D, and then you're in the position. That's a perfect curl, and then you're in. I don't think anything happened here. Oh, you got a good shot though. And then that. He came to hit you. You weren't expecting a hit, but you're so strong on your skates, leaning in, you're just totally fine. You're going to do so well when body checking comes. You're going to be in great shape, man. All right. Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about this. All right, this one. Where's your guy? So more thing about defensive end play. Okay, they lose the puck. Not there. But, like, I'm watching your head. Who do you have? Who's your guy? Because I don't know what your coach is telling you, but you should have a guy. If everybody has a guy, there's no problems. Right now, you don't have a guy. There's two guys open over here. So this guy has a guy. He's got a guy. Wait. Oh, that was a... Yeah, so you're watching the puck. He's watching the puck. He's got this guy. So you need to be... Like, you let your guy go. Everybody's switching guys. You don't want to be doing that. Everybody stays with a guy. Like, you're still moving around without a guy. You've gone into the corner. You've curled in the corner. You still don't have a guy. So now you've got the puck. He doesn't have a guy. Who's got this guy? Right? So, like, all three of you have switched guys several times. Now, this is why they kind of do cycling, because of breakdown. But if everybody is standing with their guy, this defenseman should stay with the puck carrier, and you stay with this guy. Everybody's got a guy, and everybody does their job. 21 has him. This guy has him. Everybody's got a guy. But if you keep switching off guys, people get open. Okay? So 21 had to come in and save you guys because nobody had 55. Mind you, he's in the quiet zone, but he came down. 21 came to save you because nobody had a guy. Now, this point right here, who's your guy? It could be the corner guy. It should be the defenseman. Like, nobody's looking at their men, who their mark is. So now you've gone. You're too far away. You got lucky on the bounce, but they had full control of that, right? This distance is too big. While they have the puck, you should be shifting your head, looking for where your mark is. And if your defenseman's out to lunch here, then you are taking this guy, and you should get much closer. So when that goes down there, you are all over him. This is way too much space and time for this guy. You got lucky with the bounce, and then got out. But it's like that's got to tighten up. Your role. Got a guy. You also have to be watching the puck here, because if your defenseman gets burnt, you got to release your guy and you got to go help. But you're not just floating around passively with no mark. You stay with your guy, and everybody just kind of rolls around together with your mark. Okay. This beautiful goal on the power play, they've put you on your strong side, which is interesting, but I like how you went to the net. Water bottled them. Sweet. That was a nice move by the defenseman. Slide across. Beautiful goal. Why did I say this? Let's see. Okay, where are you? You're in front. No, wait. No, you're out here. Okay. Oh, that play. Love that. Okay. You're tapping into something that's important. Because what a lot of players do on the power play is they just stand still. And it's this passive move. But what you did, and then like, ooh, what do we have here? Your timing on this was excellent. So you're coming up the wall, and then you make a turn, and you're moving when this defenseman gives you the puck, which allows you to blow by this guy. If you're just passively standing there, just waiting for passes to come, you're not using advantage. So love this. So watch what you did. You came up and then you curled down right there, and you blew right by him. Great play. Keep doing that. That is so legit. That is so legit. Very difficult. Like, you should watch the top defender, how he's got to recover. Like, he really has to recover. And when you start figuring this out, and he gets a little more confident and comfortable, and you come further out and curl in, and then blow by him, this is huge. That is massive. And then you could have kept going. And other people are if you can blow. Let's roll this back a second. Yeah, so if you're able to get by this guy, this is the moment where things start collapsing, because you will start to walk right in. Somebody, 1, 2, 3, is coming to you because you're walking right down the pipe. So that's beautiful. I call it the collapse, because if you can start really coming towards the net, say this guy comes, he's going to come over to save the day. What's next? You already know, because you would make that pass, because he'll be wide open. What if this guy comes? Right? Everybody starts leaving their guys, and you can abuse that. This was massive. When I saw that happen, I'm like, ooh, this is a really, really high-end play there for you to be moving like that, then curl down and you're in. Shot, in my opinion, you shot a little early, but I'm really excited about that curl. I was like, ooh, keep doing that. Keep doing that. All right, here's the last thing that I noticed. Okay, I call this move a shim sham, but shim sham. There you are in front, right there. The puck is on the wall, and you got a guy on your back. And you kind of got out-muscled, okay? The play is you've got your back, there's a guy, the puck. What are you going to do? Okay? In this case, I do something called a shim sham. And what's going on, I teach it all the time in all of my clinics on how to do it. It's kind of punch turny, but you can do it with both skates. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little clip here. Okay? This is the Buffalo Sabres training camp. All right? What I want you to pay attention to is when a player has their back to the defender, watch what they do with their feet. Especially with that. Right here. Like that. So that right there, the first guy's was really good. Shim sham. So you make it appear. Let's see if I can do this slowly. He's showing that he's going to the right, which draws the defender to the right, because that's what it looks like you're doing. And then you go to the left. and you buy yourself some time. Okay? And then the next one, he does it here. Same thing that you had. He's got the puck against the wall, guy on his back, and he loses the puck, but he tries it too. Like, it's the move. It's what we're all doing. He lost the puck. I don't know if there's any others. I remember seeing these. Right? Buy yourself some time. It's constant. I call it the shim. Okay, so if we look back, let me see, I hope I can go back to here. Okay. And if you look at your situation, I'd do the same thing. I'd make it look like I'm going to the right, shim, try to draw this player with you, bam, hit the other direction. Shim, sham. Okay? All right. Well, that's all I got. A tragic loss. You had an opportunity when you were on the ice, and sure enough, you come off the ice, and then they score. It's too bad. It's frustrating, but that's why we play. That's what happens. All right. Great work. See you at the next one.